Hello, this is Running Robert, and today we are looking at the Akebia Therapeutics AKBA summary for the 22nd of January 2024. And in this summary, we're going to be looking at the bullish and the bearish parts of this company. So I generally follow small cap pharma. I do some games, I do a little bit of everything. So if you like what I'm doing, hey, please like and subscribe. It helps out a lot, and thank you. Disclaimer is I currently have no position in the stock. I'm an amateur investor, and any advice given should be followed up by your own due diligence. And any information given is valid for today, the 22nd of January, and the slideshow will not be updated. When we do new news, we'll have a new slideshow. So I do expect to do a pre-PDUFA summary for this company coming up somewhere in. So the investment summary for the company. The company currently has one approved product and an upcoming PDUFA on the 27th of March, 2024. So that product brings about 40 to 50 million, approximately 40 to 50 million a quarter with 170 in 2023, but it's going to lose its exclusivity in March of 2025, which means there could be generic entries for it. Then their other drug, Vada, will have its PDUFA on the 27th of March, 2024. And the cash at the end of the third quarter, 2023, was 48.2 million, and the net loss was 14.5. So if you look at the math, you pretty much have enough money to get through the second quarter, which is great. Gives us a little bit of cash run rate, even though the PDUFA is going to be the end of the first quarter. So really, what is the company trying to do? So obviously, they're really going to try to get Vada sales up before the generic comes in. And that's really what they're doing. They're just doing a simple swap. We've seen it a lot of times before. The company believes that the sales force ramp up for the drugs are not going to be huge. So we're going to see pretty much an equal cash net loss or cash burn just because they serve very similar markets. So we have seen this before from other companies, and the replacement drug for one going generic doesn't always work well. And that is definitely very true. If you have been following me and looking at the SPPBI Acerto, that is something where, they lost one drug and they tried to replace it, and it just did not go very well. So, again, companies do it successfully, but it's hard. But we're looking at the bullish and the bearish part. So let's look at the bullish part. So what could go right? So obviously it could lose its it could go generic in March of 2025. Apparently I cannot speak today. But there are very few or no generic entries in the market. So generics for smaller sales drugs are not always a sure thing, and we're going to get more information as we get closer. Obviously, with 170 million in sales, generics just might be like, we're not going to make a huge amount of this, so it's either not a priority, or it moves a little bit slower, or we don't see it in March, we see it in 2026. So that is always a possibility. And like I said, we're looking at what could go right here. The company could be able to actually sell two approved drugs and make that successful transition. So even with the loss of exclusivity, the company survives. And the company, this is definitely not right, but this is definitely positive. At the moment, the company does have enough money to get to the PDUFA, so you're really not worried about a cash raise before. What could go wrong? Obviously, you could lose, it could go generic in 2025, and there are several entries to the market. That's a possibility. We just don't know because it's too far out. They're unable to successfully sell Vada as well. And obviously, they won't be able to make the transition. And the company will need cash after the second quarter of 2024. That is a fact. And that pretty much means that we're going to be looking for a cash raise at the end of the PDUFA. And so if you follow me before, you have seen this with a lot of stocks that we do. You just saw this with Bluebird Pharmaceuticals just a few month ago, where they got approval and then they just diluted the hell out of the stock. Probably something similar here, because obviously you can see that cash burn is, they need cash out of the second quarter. That's going to be a fact. So what to do? So it really depends on your investment strategy. So with a little bit of luck, the company might be fine and chug along with two drugs, though there's always going to be that overhang of the generic. And that might happen. Like, the company might be fine, and you might say, hey, at under $1.50, this is great. This is a good investment. Probably not going to lose my shirt on it, but I might not make a lot, but hey, might be a solid investment. You could do what I probably plan to do, which is just buy in for the PDUFA and then drop out shortly after. Or, and honestly, you could have just listened and said, this company's not for me. I have been following this company for a while. I've never made a video on it just because it's like, it has a chance, but I'm just not sold on it in comparison to other companies. But long term, I don't think I'm going to invest in the company, but I might play the PDUFA and the cash raise afterwards, which is, possibly looking at options if they're available, or shares for the PDUFA, and then of course looking for that cash raise after that. But long term, I believe the company's still going to have a difficult time overall. However, if they can thread the needle or either replace sales or avoid the generics, you could see a nice payout. So I can see both sides here. And as an investor, pretty much I have to kind of weigh what I see with what I've invested compared to this company. And that's pretty much what hopefully everyone here is going to be doing, is going to be looking at and be like, yeah, I can see the positives and the negatives. And then you can just, invest accordingly, which is you can invest or you can just sit in the sidelines and watch it, either or. But I hope this gives you a little bit more information. I hope this clears up some stuff for you if you were confused about anything or you just did not know about the company to begin with. But thank you very much for watching and listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.